Hi, boys and girls. It's the creator of Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day, and I am celebrating today 4 years on YouTube and Instagram. And I have a little friend with me that wants to ask me a couple of questions about B.O.R.E.D. Maybe things you know, maybe things you want to know, but inquiring minds want to know. And she's been on board since the beginning. We've had board meetings since the beginning. And yeah, let's see what's happening.
How many books have you read this year?
To date, 1,616.
But like this year, like from
About 405.
Are you hoping to reach like a goal by next year?
I never really had a goal of how many books I wanted to read. I just kind of just let it flow. I don't have a number in mind. I know everybody always asks, how many? I don't have a number in mind. I just go with the flow.
Do you know, like, do all of your books have props? Or do you just read some books sometimes without props or like a special thing at the end?
For the most part, I try to always read them with props because that's what gets kids really interested. But there have been some that have been very quick, like the board quickies where I just grab a book or a child gives me a book and I just read it and it doesn't really have a prop. So I try to always have this with me because this is kind of like one of those things where you recognize the letters, you're learning. Yeah, I do love my props though. Toys and stuffies and clothes, and I love my props, I do.
What's your favorite place to read?
My favorite place to read would be what they call board headquarters. Writing with Winifred calls it board headquarters, which is at home with the fireplace mural behind me. But my second favorite place would have to be the beach. I also love the park, and I love reading at school. I do love reading at school.
So is that how many books you've posted, 405 this year, or is it how many books you've read in total?
I've read much more books than that because that total does not include the books that I read when I'm babysitting, the books that I read for research, the books that I read just for myself, and the books that I read in school. So it's actually more than that because I'm constantly having to do more reading.
Do you, like, in the past, have you had, like, birthday parties for B.O.R.E.D?
I have had birthday. Last year we celebrated in school with a Carvel cake, and the year before we celebrated with, I don't even remember what it was, but last year was memorable because it was a Carvel cake and all of my kids from after school got to eat it with me.
Are you going to do anything today?
Not today, but by the end of the week, yes, I will be doing something.
So for reading, do you do like anything else besides teaching and reading? Is there something you do, like do you write? Is there a hobby you have? That's something else that you like?
Outside of reading?
Yeah, is there
I
a
do
hobby?
love cooking because I love to eat. So every chance I get, I'm always cooking. I really love to eat and I really, really love to cook. And of course, dancing. I love dancing. That's why I always start everything or try to end everything with a dance.
It like, let's see.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You've been with me from the very start. What would you say, if you can remember, not putting you on the spot, would be the funnest book? The funnest, is that a word? A book that you like that I did on board.
The one where you did my name.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I got it. Do you buy all of your books and all of your props? Have you bought them all from the start?
Absolutely not. When I started out, it was all of my daughter's toys that I saved from her for years because a lot of them were keepsakes. And after COVID ended and I went back to school, a lot of people gave me donations. They were cleaning out their kids' toys and they gave them to me. During COVID, I was buying books in bulk because I was almost running out of books, but now I have more books than I know what to do with. I am very, very blessed because people are always giving me toys and always giving me books. And I have enough clothes and shoes, I don't have to buy any of that.
Do you make any of your props?
I did make, when I did the giving tree, I did make that dress. And I added the apples, I did make that. That's one that you definitely should check out because the dress right down to the bottom of my feet by the roots of the tree, I made that one, yes.
Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Any books you're looking forward to reading? Or
I love reading the baby books and the really small children books where they're just learning their letters and their alphabet and they're perfecting their sight words. I really enjoy those books because I feel like it's very, very helpful to kids who are just learning how to read. And I look forward to it also because my niece, who is 3, is, down with the alphabet and the 1, 2, 3s, and I really love that. I look forward to those kinds of books. I feel like I learn so much from all the books that I read. Even the smallest of thing, I'm always learning, so I look forward to it.
What book meant the most to you? That you had like a connection with, a personal connection?
It will always be A Whale of a Mistake. I read that book a while back. And it stuck with me because while I was reading it, I actually felt it to the point where it made me want to cry because I always felt like I always took my mistakes so seriously. And this book, towards the end, was like, and then you let go of your mistake and it's okay and you can start all over. And A Whale of a Mistake is that book for me. I felt that book right in here.
Do you have board merch?
Things that has been given to me and things that have been made for me. This was from one of my students. They made it in class from their letters. And my family will get me things, the shirt and stuff like that. Not board merch that I could sell to you per se. That's down the road. Just stuff that I wear for my own personal, but I get asked that question a lot. People want to show off B.O.R.E.D and I truly appreciate it.
Are you proud of how far you've come?
I am proud of how far I've come because to think I started this because, my kids would tell me that they're bored and I would say to them, but you have all this stuff. How could you be bored? When was the last time you read? You're better off reading every day. And it just kind of came from that. And then I started the YouTube and the Instagram to keep in touch during COVID. And next thing you know, COVID was over and I'm still reading and I'm meeting people. I read to kids all over the world on YouTube, of course on YouTube, on FaceTime, WhatsApp, Instagram, stuff like that. So I'm very, very proud. But most of all, I'm proud that I know it's hard to read to your kids every day because you're out working or you have something to do, or it's just plain boring to be reading the same book over and over again. And I don't mind. I enjoy it. I look forward to reading to kids. It actually makes me really, really happy. Whenever I don't read, I actually feel really, really bad. And if I'm not feeling so great and I read, I feel wonderful. One last one and then we are going to go celebrate.
Do you, is there, how can you schedule board meeting with you, like on FaceTime
Right.
or in person?
You could always email to ceojade@gmail.com. That's on the YouTube, or on Instagram. You could always send a DM, which is Bored with Miss Reynolds on Instagram, same as Bored with Miss Reynolds on YouTube. And set it up, schedule it, and we will be together, whether I'm at headquarters in front of the fireplace, or I'm sitting at a friend's house, or I'm at the park or at the beach, wherever I am. I can be reading with you, having a good time. I think that most people don't realize that board encompasses a lot of different things. It's a reading, yes. It's also an activity. It's also a mini dance party. We can also do tea parties. And then at the very end, you get on the mailing list and you get a mail through your mail. And also you get one free reading for 30 minutes once a year on your birthday. So it encompasses a lot. It's not just reading books. See you again soon. Bye.